Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Michaela and I make adult coloring and diamond painting videos here on this channel. I'm trying to switch the intro a little bit to include diamond painting, and I'll talk about that a little bit here in a bit, but today I'm going to be doing a little whip and chat video, and I am actually going to be talking about a couple things. I'm going to start out by talking about the vacation I just got back from last night actually, which was Las Vegas. I just got back from Las Vegas last night, and I'm excited to tell you guys all about my trip. I literally, in my notes app on my iPad, wrote out everything I wanted to talk about broken down by the day. Otherwise, I just knew I would forget, so I did that. And in the second half of the video, I'm just going to talk about a little bit of like a channel kind of update. Nothing crazy, but I just want to talk with you guys through about like what's going on in my head. There's kind of a lot just going on in my head, and I wanted to chat about it. So today I will be working on Neon Capital Vegas. This is by Dreamer Designs. This is a David McLean piece. I believe this is the only piece I have from him, or is the 1950s? I might have one more piece by him, but I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like 1950s Hollywood something, also by Dreamer Designs. I don't know if that's him though, it might not be him, but I'm working on this piece here. It's absolutely stunning. I was working on this in anticipation for my trip, and now that I am back, I'm going to continue working on it because obviously I want to finish it. So I don't know if you guys can see, but I've made some pretty good progress in this area. I'm kind of like in the middle-ish of the piece, like row-wise. So I'm really excited to work on this a little bit with you guys and just chat about my vacation since I haven't uploaded in like a week. So I'm excited to catch you guys up. So let's get right on into it. Okay, so we are nice and zoomed in, and I don't know why I do this, but I always start out by using like the black first. I don't know what it is, but I always do all the black in the section first, and then I move on to the other colors. I don't know, that's just what I do. But first of all, hello guys. I hope everyone has been doing good. Also, okay, let's do this. Okay, I hope everyone has been doing well. I haven't uploaded in about a week. I was gonna have a couple of videos pre-filmed before my vacation, and that just didn't happen. So that's okay. First of all, I'm gonna chat about my trip to Las Vegas. I was there with my family Sunday through Thursday. We left on Sunday, I think it was July 9th. So I guess I'm just gonna kind of start at the beginning. I have everything kind of written out on my notes app. So we left on Sunday. It was an early flight. It was a 6 a.m. flight. And my family is the kind of family, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do this too. We like to get to the airport early because you just never know, what's gonna happen. You might get stuck in the security line, whatever. So I had my alarm set for like 3:15-ish on Sunday, which is insanely early, right? Like that's just uncalled for early. And the super annoying thing was that the night before, this has never happened at all while living at this apartment complex. I've been in this apartment specifically for the last 3 months now, but I've lived in this building for almost 2 years, and there was like a party going on across the street at the complexes across the street. They were, oh my god, guys, I shit you guys not. They were playing super loud music. It was I Want It That Way. They were playing that, and then all I heard into the microphone was just someone singing so terribly. I'm like, great, they're having a grand old time, but like, I gotta sleep. This was like 10:30, so like, on the weekend, it wasn't unreasonably late for being the weekend, but like, I was kind of annoyed, and I could imagine that the people in the actual apartment complexes were probably even more mad, just because like it was super loud to me, let alone the people actually living next door. Like I was just across the street, like there was some barrier. So like I Want It That Way was playing, No Air by Jordan Sparks. It was just so weird. But then like after about an hour it just stopped, and part of me wonders like if someone did call the cops on them. I don't know. Like I said, I could imagine their neighbors probably weren't the happiest, just because it was very loud to me and I wasn't even that close. But yeah, I finally was able to fall asleep at like 11:30 just to get up at 3:15. So it was an insanely early morning, which is fine. But I got to Las Vegas and it was like 8 in the morning when we got there, and that just meant we had all day. So we stayed at a hotel that is technically off the strip, but it is like really close to the strip. It was like probably a 7-minute walk to get to the nearest hotel, which I guess technically was Horseshoe, which if you guys have been to Las Vegas prior to like 2020, it used to be called Bally's. That's actually where my family and I stayed the last time we were in Vegas. We stayed at Bally's, which is now Horseshoe, which I had no idea they changed the name, but apparently they did. But that's probably the closest casino to where we were staying. But we stayed at Ellis Island, which we stayed there because they have really cheap table games, and my brother really likes craps, so they have like a $5 craps table. So we did stay at Ellis Island. I wouldn't necessarily recommend Ellis Island. I was not personally the biggest fan of the choices of games, like poker games they had in that casino, like the machines. Not personally my thing. I'm just trying to see if there's any more black. I don't see any more black, but I might be missing it, but whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't personally stay there. They did have this really fun Little Shop of Horrors machine. It was a slot machine that at first I was actually doing really well at, and then, you know, like gambling is, you start to lose, right? Like you don't always win. So that was probably my favorite like machine, but not my favorite place to stay. I wouldn't choose it again. I don't think my family necessarily would pick it again to stay at. I much prefer being on the strip than off the strip, but yeah. Okay, we did that day one, and we did a lot of gambling. We actually, I forgot to write this down, but I'm pretty sure it was day one. We actually went downtown. Went downtown. I don't even remember exactly where downtown we gambled at. I know my parents and I wandered a little bit because my brother did find a craps table that he really liked. But I was having the hardest time finding. I have a very specific machine that I like, and it's called Multi-Strike Poker, and it's apparently a very niche machine. I just simply could not find it like anywhere. I did find it in some of the strip casinos, but there was only like one of them, and I really had to search for it. But basically, like, it's 4 lines, okay? You bet like, I guess let's say you bet a quarter and you're betting 1. You're betting $1 per hand, right? And God, I hope this doesn't get demonetized just because I'm talking about gambling this entire video. But you basically bet $1 a hand, and it gives you the cards, and let's say you get something, like you have to win the hand, get something on it, and then you move up to a level that's 2 times. So if you win that level, you get 2 times the amount of money that you would get, and then it moves up to 4 times and then 8 times. So that is the machine I like. It's very satisfying, and it's really fun, and it's just fun. So that was a really hard machine to find. I could not find it downtown. So yeah, that was like my favorite machine, but we were downtown. I mean, I played some other things, but that was like my favorite. So downtown was kind of a bust for me personally. I'm sure it was somewhere, but we looked in like 3 different casinos and I could not find it anywhere. So whatever, that's that. We did that. We went downtown. And then we went also to a really good Guy Fieri restaurant, which one of 2 Guy Fieri restaurants that I ate at on this trip. And if you guys don't know, Guy Fieri is a Food Network chef. He has a couple TV shows, and we went to one. Apparently Guy Fieri was there like the 2 days before, so like the day before and the day before that, he was literally at that restaurant. My mom goes, "Is Guy here?" And they're like, "You know what? He was here." And my mom's like, but so I did not meet Guy Fieri, but I definitely would have flipped out if I did. He's cool. And I ended up splitting like a meal with my dad. So we decided like to go halvesies on a meal. So I got a like chicken sandwich that was like a little spicy, and it had mac and cheese on it. Oh my God, it was so good. And then he got this hamburger. And so we decided just to go ahead and cut the like burger and sandwich in half and kind of split it, which worked out really, really nicely. And it was really good. So we did that for dinner and it was so good. 10 out of 10 would recommend going to any Food Network Stars restaurant in Vegas if you're there. I mean, Vegas is like one of the best like food capitals of the world, if you know what I mean. So we did that, and then on that night, the very last thing we did was we went to a magic show. And this magic show was interesting because basically you kind of had to sign up to be like kind of part of a lottery to even win tickets. And we did end up winning. So we ended up going to the show. It was a very intimate show, and it was like you basically don't know where the show is gonna be until the day of. And this show ended up being at Park MGM, which it actually is a casino I've never heard of. MGM is another one, but it's not Park MGM. I still don't know necessarily, like, obviously they're two different casinos, but what the main difference is between the two, I'm not sure. But it was at Park MGM, and it was really fun, and it was a really cool magic show. Like, it's a very top secret magic show. I don't even remember what the, like, I guess show is called. My brother handled all of that specifically. But it was just a really neat magic show, and very glad I went to that. So yeah, we did that on Sunday night, and then we were all like really exhausted. I think on Sunday night I was in bed at like 9:30, right? I was so tired. So that was day one. I'm sure I am missing stuff in my stories, and I feel like my stories are probably making no sense, but yeah, now we're on day two, and this was a day that we really kind of went on the strip a fair amount, walked around the strip, and I actually bought these really cute socks. They're like little doggy socks. So if you guys don't know, my best friend Zeus, he's my parents' dog. He is a teddy bear dog. He is a mix of a Shih Tzu and a Bichon Frise. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's a little mix, and I was not able to find teddy bear socks, but I was able to find a Shih Tzu pair and a Bichon pair. So I bought those, and they're so cute. My dad was like, you could, like, you know, put one on each foot, and then you basically have teddy bear socks. And I'm like, that is perfect. So I ended up buying some socks. That was so random, but I wanted to tell you guys because I'm really excited about them. And we also, let's see, I just want to find the next color quick. I'm so sorry. That was like quite anticlimactic. Let's see. Okay, found the next color. We also went to the Pinball Hall of Fame. We, like, collectively as a family really like pinball. So it was like this arcade, and it was really cool. It's like a little bit off the strip, nothing crazy, but like on the other end of the strip. So I think we took like a metro to, like, I'm trying to even think where we took it to. Like maybe the Cosmo? No, maybe it wasn't Cosmo. I don't know exactly where we took it to, but then we ended up kind of walking to this Pinball Hall of Fame, and that was really, really neat. So I got to play some pinball. I played like air hockey with my dad, and that kind of fun little like arcade stuff. We were there for a bit, but that was really fun. As a kid growing up, my parents had a pinball machine. I think it's called King Card, or maybe it's Card King. My sister has it now, but it used to be in my parents' basement, and I would play it a lot, and it was really fun. And we didn't find that exact machine, but we found one very similar, so that was really nostalgic for me. So we did that, and yeah, it was a lot of like walking up and down the or not up and down the strip, that would be kind of excessive. It was a lot of walking on the strip and just kind of like gambling at random casinos, but for dinner that night, I just ended up with my parents that night. My sister and my brother went to a different restaurant, actually. And the reason we had split up, we ended up at Sam's Town. I forgot to write that down. We definitely went to a place called Sam's Club. It's like more of a local casino, so it was like 6 miles away. Obviously had to take an Uber. But my dad and mom and I ended up back on the strip then, and we ate at yet another Guy Fieri restaurant. For some reason, I was like seriously craving a Caesar salad, and I was able to get it there, and yeah, we just ended up at another Guy Fieri restaurant, a different one. This one, I'm trying to remember what hotel it was at. I don't remember. The first one I know was at Paris. I believe it was in Paris. It was either that or Horseshoe, but it was like in the in-between. It might have been in either of them. This one, I don't remember. I don't remember exactly which one it was in, but it was another Guy Fieri restaurant. It was really good. We ate outside. It was a whole vibe, and it was like getting, they had like misters that it would spray you with to keep cool, because it was really, really hot out, so we did that. I'm just trying to see quick if I want to like do this top row. Ugh, I can tell this is the symbol, but I guess I'll just put it in. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no, that's not straight. That's the one bad thing about squares, is that if you don't really put it on straight from the get-go, especially ones that I'm just, oh god. This is just kind of a fail. You know what? I think it's fine for now. It's whatever. Okay, I don't think I'm missing any more. No, I don't think I am. Okay, awesome. So we went to do that, and then we also actually, and I was really wanting to do this. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, back probably at the beginning of the video. And you know what? I'll show you guys this. You guys can see the fountain here. That is the Bellagio fountain, and I really wanted to see it at night. So that night we did go on a bridge, and we were able to see the Bellagio fountain show. It was like a 5-minute show, just like water spewing out of the fountain, whatever. It was really cool, so we ended up doing that night. But yeah, that was day 2 really in a nutshell. Nothing crazy, just, you know, normal kind of Vegas stuff that we did. Day 3 was kind of wild, and here's why. First of all, we started out by going to a buffet at the Cosmopolitan. It was super duper good. I think it was called, oh gosh, it was something about a spoon. The wooden spoon? It wasn't the wooden spoon, was it? That doesn't sound right. It was something about a spoon. But if you just Google it, you should be able to find it. The Wicked Spoon, not the wooden spoon. The wooden spoon, I guess, would be a cool name, but that definitely is not what it's called. The Wicked Spoon is what it was called, and it was really delicious. I would really recommend it. Honestly, we went at breakfast time, and I personally, I like breakfast food, but for some reason, I was over eggs. By that point, I didn't want another freaking, oh, I messed that up. I didn't want another egg, right? So I was hoping that they'd have some lunch stuff out, and they said they did. They actually had a super good lunch variety out, so if you are planning on going there during breakfast time, there are definitely some good lunch options as well. So that was so good. We did that little buffet. Just trying to see, I don't see any more of that symbol. And then my sister, mom, and I went together, and then my brother and dad went downtown again, but then we split up, and let's see, what color do I want to do? I'll do this one. And we ended up, and I hope this video does not get demonetized. I'm talking about a lot of different things, and trigger warning, I guess, right now for, I guess, active shooter, but we were at the Cosmopolitan gambling when we heard that there was, I guess not really an active shooter, but I think that's what they thought at the time. There was a, hostage situation in Caesar's Palace, and it was just so scary to find that out while being, obviously at the Strip when it was happening. We weren't in that casino, but obviously still very scary, and yeah, just not the best time. But that happened, and they did end up, we really don't even know what happened, but I know they were on lockdown. This guy apparently was holding someone hostage in his room, and this guy was throwing shit out the window, mattress, TV, that kind of stuff, out the window, and definitely scary. And he ended up, by the end of it, being taken into custody. But just so crazy, so crazy. So that did happen that night, or not that night, it was actually that morning / afternoon. So yeah, that happened. Not my favorite afternoon, but obviously things got better. So that was like, you know, most of the things that happened on that third day. Yeah, third day. Nothing else really crazy happened. I couldn't really remember what else happened that day when I was writing things down, but, you know, just gambling, the norm. Yeah, that was day 3. And now we are on day 4. I'm just laughing at my notes because, my mom and I, like, really love this specific sandwich shop. It's called Earl of Sandwich, so I would highly recommend it if you're planning on going to Vegas. It's in Planet Hollywood. It's like a sub shop. It was just really good, so we got that for lunch. What color should I do? This is so hard with such a confetti-heavy piece. I, like, don't know what to be working on, but that's okay. We went to Earl of Sandwich for lunch, and then we ended up, let's see, we didn't walk all the way over there, did we? I'm trying to think exactly how it went down, but we ended up on the other side, or maybe we did walk there, maybe we even was on the other side of the strip, I'm not sure. We ended up near, like, New York, that is, I believe, where MGM is that where MGM is? The Aria, things like that. And there was actually a Stranger Things pop-up. I've never seen Stranger Things, but my brother and my mom have, and they thought it was just simply the coolest thing. And I'm sure if I had seen that show, I probably would have thought the same thing. But I've never seen it. But if you're planning on going to Vegas, apparently they're going to be there for another year. So it was really, really cool. Obviously, I didn't understand any of the references just because I've never seen the show, but it was really neat, and I would recommend if you've seen the show to check that out. So we did that, and then probably my favorite part of the trip. Last minute, this was probably day 2, bought tickets for my parents and I, and we went to go see America's Got Talent Superstars. It was so good, you guys. Oh my god. I have been watching America's Got Talent for a few years. I used to watch it more consistently in college with my friend. We would watch it over the summer because that's usually when it's on. And we haven't watched it in a couple years, but we did watch a couple seasons really consistently. And this AGT Superstar show was incredible. Basically, it was, I think, like maybe 6 or 7 acts that were either America's Got Talent winners or runner-ups or just the favorites in general. And the show was absolutely phenomenal. You guys, I got to see Cody Lee perform live. If you guys don't know, he was the winner. I don't remember what season it was. It might have been in 2017, if I'm remembering correctly. It was a season that I did watch. And he made me cry when he performed on the show, let alone seeing him in person. He is just seemingly one of the most, like, giddy, happy, just so talented performers. Like, it's insane. He is blind, he has autism, but he plays the piano and he sings, and his voice is incredible. He plays the piano beautifully. It was amazing. I highly recommend looking him up if you guys have never heard of him before. But it was just insane getting to see him live and see these other performers live. Another really cool act that I got to see that I remember specifically from the seasons I watched of America's Got Talent was Light Balance. It's really hard to explain. They're dancers. They wear these really fun colors that, like, light up, like lights that light up. They wear them. And they, like, dance, and their lights will turn on and off, and it's really cool. It's so hard to explain, but it was just so neat. So I saw that as well. And then there was also this group called Human Fountain that I do remember from when I watched the show. It was just so funny. Basically, I think these were fan favorites. I don't think they actually won their season, but they would drink water, and they're like human fountains, so they would spit it out and do, like, a show based on that. And they invited an audience member up, and they had him try as a part of their act, and they had him spit out his water into one of the guys' mouths, and they were, like, passing it along. But then to top it off, they passed it along back to him, and supposedly he was the first guy that ever let anyone, like, fountain him into his mouth. That's like a really bad way to word it. Like, get the water fountained into his mouth, if that makes sense. That's not the right wording, but I think you guys know what I mean. Oh God, it was so good. That was so good. Overall, it was just so good, and there were a couple acts I had never seen before, just because I haven't seen the entirety of America's Got Talent. But oh my God, you guys, if you're ever in Vegas and you're looking for a good show, that one I truly recommend. It was just so good. The atmosphere was great, and oh my God, just so much fun. So yeah, that was probably the highlight of my trip personally. I'm trying to think what color I should do next. I guess I'll go with 4. Go with 4. But yeah, that was probably the highlight for me personally. And then day 5. It was travel home day. It was a long travel day. This was now yesterday. I don't know. I might get this video up tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, we traveled home yesterday. It was just a long travel day. You know, the norm for traveling. And I got home yesterday, and I have been relaxing since, honestly. It was just a long day. I ended up sleeping for 12 hours yesterday, you guys. I was so tired when I got home. I just slept. So yeah, I mean, that's basically my trip. I definitely, it was the trip. It was just a long week, but it was so fun, and I had a really fun time with my family. Obviously, I probably missed things, but I had a great time, and I had a lot of fun. But I'm obviously really glad to be back home and with my lovely diamond painting, and I can still live out Vegas through this diamond painting, and then I'm excited to hang this up when it's done. But yeah, that's basically it for my Vegas update. That was a lot. That was like 26 minutes. Oh my God. But I do want to give you guys a little bit of a life/channel update. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I like lost my train of thought, so I had to like pause the video, and hopefully I remembered to edit that part out. But anyways, let's get into my life update real quick, because I don't know, my brain is somewhere else clearly. But first things first is that I am in, I think I'm in another coloring slump. I don't even know if it's really a coloring slump. I'm struggling to find the motivation to color, and I know this has been an ongoing thing for the last like 6 months, basically since I started diamond painting. I genuinely can't tell if I'm, number one, bad at time management. Not time management even, that's not the right way to word it. Better, like, I'm not good at time managing, I guess, my hobbies. Or if I genuinely just enjoy diamond painting more than coloring, which in and of itself is not a bad thing, but that scares me a little bit because coloring was like my #1 hobby for so long. I can't imagine it being something different. So anyways, I very much, I'm just into diamond painting right now. I've mentioned this before. This isn't like that new of an update, but I thought I was out of it, and then I came home and all I wanted to do was diamond paint. And to me, that leads me to think like, oh, maybe that like for now is my #1 hobby. And I just feel so sad about it. And I don't know. I just wanted to say that. I don't know. But I am just going to focus on diamond painting for now. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. If this is what I'm into right now, then this is what I'm into. I'm not going to force myself to work on a hobby that I don't want to work on just for the sake of having a completed pages video at the end of the month. That being said, I probably will focus more on some diamond painting videos over the next couple of months maybe. Obviously we'll see what happens, but my thoughts, I have some thoughts of what videos I want to do. I obviously want to do whip and chats. Those are easy enough. I don't have too many life updates really half the time, but I can make sure I have something. Whip and chats for sure. I do want to do like post reviews. I would love to do kit up and chats. I feel like though I can't imagine my videos will be that consistent if I just do a lot of diamond painting, just because I work on one kit at a time. I don't really love opening my kits before I want to work on them. It's like that makes unboxings out of the question because I don't really like to open them. I don't know, that's where I'm a little stuck. So I want to hear from you guys, especially the ones of you who are new that are just joining my channel after the diamond painting tag video I filmed and uploaded. I would love to hear what you guys want to see. just because I'm not sure I have some great ideas. I don't really know what's going on. So let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. And yeah, that's kind of that on that. And I'm not actually going to pull out another color because I just have one more point to make that I have bought 4 new diamond paintings in the last week. Oh my god, but I wanted to tell you guys, I used points on 2 of them. There was a restock of Beach Vacation and Bathroom in Paris from Diamond Art Club, and I had $150 in rewards, and I used it on the paintings, and I only paid 15 bucks. You guys, they're such stunning paintings. They just came in the mail today. I'm so excited for them. But anyways, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I hope this video wasn't all over the place, but I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys have not already. I would love for you guys to join the little fam we have here, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye, guys!